life doesn't need to change today. The way you look at your life does need to change today. And let me approach that. But before I give you like super cool insight about how we look the life, how can this be fixed, what life could be after you reach the better vision of what is going on, I'll tell you that this video I'm recording without edits, cuts, scripts. It's just from heart, just wherever I feel right to say, going just as a flow directly to you, just to you to know. It's my way to go against the robots, just to create the place or the space where you can know it's just me for you. That's just a channel when I deliver something from my experience from 10 years of deep inner search, and I finally reach the point when I build up something amazing and I want to share. So imagine you born and raised in Africa and it's hot. You never in your life see the snow, but somehow, for some reason, you get chance to flew to the North Pole to see the Santa Claus. And of course it's snow, but only one rule gonna be you will have to wear the yellow tinted glasses or shades and never let them out. And all the time you will have to wear them till you come there till you left. What do you think by your returning to home you will tell the people you lived with what the snow is looks like? Yellow, right? There's no chance you can tell them that the snow is white. You didn't experience white snow there. It's all was because of your shapes. First time I experienced the same when I've been in Sri Lanka. Now from the imaginary experience we'll go to the real one. With my wife about 9 years ago, have a chance use our honeymoon, you call it, right? And go and spend 2 weeks in Sri Lanka. That's south of India, and basically they are like looks and act the same, but in some different way. Anyway, when we've been there, I felt like I'm wearing the yellow tinted glasses in a way of my perception of the world. Why? I look at the people, and all of them, most of all of them, been so happy and so smiling. And I was like, what is going on in here? I look around, they wasn't rich. Like most of them, we will consider them as a poor people. They, doesn't have a houses that I had that moment, like tiny. Doesn't have cars, doesn't have a super cool job. They have very low of what I think could make person be happy as they are. And we with my wife like a week was staring at the people. Why all of them smiling all the time? What are they eating in here? And slowly, when we saw their religion, their beliefs, their way of look in the world, we kind of start shifting our mind. And the biggest we cried in one particular event. It's been on the beach, the wonderful cafeteria, or whatever restaurant. We've been eating there long time, many time, and those time we saw like it's just looking at the ocean, very beautiful. And one moment we see the homeless. They didn't call them homeless; they call them like a pilgrims or monks. But in that moment, I see this a homeless person. His hair was very dirty and long, and all he wear was like a skirt, but looks real old and used. Of course, he doesn't have shoes. And I saw he is approaching to the restaurant, and I feel fear in me in that moment because me, I'm from Ukraine. My mind automatically imagine what should happen, because if this particular case happened in Ukraine and the homeless just approach for the place rich people. I mean, people who in Ukraine, if you eat in a restaurant on the beach, you are the rich people. And if this case happened, the security guards will run in a second and they will get rid of the person. So I felt fear, like, oh my, now I will be witnessing something not so good. Instead, I think what happened sit in my mind all this time, and my wife been crying looking whatever is happening. The owner of the restaurant show up immediately, take a server, take a special table and a special chair, bring those person food, and absolutely free serving him. And I'm like, whoa, what just happened? Then, of course, it was actually one of my spark to start looking into the what kind of shapes, what kind of glasses do I wear in this world? What makes me so miserable and unhappy with whatever I have that those people doesn't have and they are? And I didn't even want to compare. I was willing to understand what is going on within me that I don't get there. And those when I started research, of course, was a spark for me to start digging what's there. And I realized, and some of even those people there explained me that in their belief, they don't kinda pray for themselves. They don't pray for the members of their family. But if they do want to pray or the help or to do something in the name of, let's say, God, they will do something for the unknown person in their view of the world, let's call it like that. The higher intention, the higher thing and the best thing you can do is to perform, to provide, to make some help from for the person you don't know. And it's so much sense of it that when you do something for yourself, that's selfish. When you do something for your family, that's kind of beneficial. But when you do something for absolute unknown character, that's something that's called sacrifice. So you do something without expectation in return, and it's a higher what you can do. And I start going deeper. What is those shapes? What is those glasses I wear? How can I manage that? How can I look differently? But those wonderful thing which call like our perception to the world, our glasses, what we use, in the case if you would work on that, you will have to gather different point of views. That's how we people can interact with ourselves. You don't interact with the people for fun or just it's happened. Every person in your life show up exactly for the case to show you something. Like this video you're watching to get idea that it is possible to change your point of view. It is possible to live way different kind of life. You need to gather beliefs. For example, I saw those people, I really been there and I experienced some kind of the people who absolutely happy having nothing. So now I have new line written in these glasses, new belief that, oh, whoa, so that is possible. And in a moment of life, when I have lack of something, I have those line written already. You know what? No matter what you have or you have lack of, it couldn't affect your happiness. Those people prove it to you. So in case you want to move from point where you are right now to the certain realization, certain understanding of the world, you need to gather those lines and what your life could potentially be. It took me 10 years, and I have to say you, teachers will come when the student is ready. So when your point of view start, making became a little wider than it was before, the knowledge come in a way of books, in a way of videos, in a way of people, in a way of events. You will have chances to work with your glasses. The life will bring you those time. But when you receive knowledge in the way of words, like a video, books, that's the best. If you can get there, like I've been in Sri Lanka, I could just ignore all of that. Imagine how many people visiting that place every year, and how many of those have kind of insight that I did. Not a lot, but quiet. Thing is, I could ignore that experience. And in this case, if you receive from life, God, universe, wherever you would like to call that, when you receive this kind of teaching and you ignore them, next level is life send you some challenges or some, like a physical way problems. So proving you that this is nothing in there. And the last level is kind of your body. If life send you disease or sicknesses, that means you really don't get something. You really keep one suffering. And you really don't but it's also for good, wherever you have. So my point is those shapes or glasses, what you're wearing, that's your mind. And you have to work with your mind. The techniques exist. The best what I would say from my own experience is was hundreds books. It was several teachers, and the best and it was a lot of techniques such as meditation. Or I've been in a 10 days silent retreat that really changed your mind. It's kind of if you want to make a shortcut, you want to very quickly affect your mind and very quickly kind of make an upgrade on your laptop just in a short term, because it took you years, but you go there 10 days, you have some rewiring. But the biggest, so I would put this in order that knowledge, kind of videos, books, it's a level one. Second level is the techniques, and the highest level for me was the people that get direct experience from the people who can resonate with you exactly. And I'm recently having a teacher who just show up me so much, and I was like, wow, I've been like 31 years living, and you show me something, and I'm changed so much within couple weeks. How is it possible? I've been going through so much before, and you turn me that much in some short time. And explanation was because the approach you have towards different kind of techniques or videos, it's like me. I'm speaking to all the people. But when you work person to person, that's way different story than when teacher can hear you or the coach, and I'm doing live coaching, live transformation coaching. I like the person can hear your own glasses. What's your mind describing? How you operate, how you describe your problems. It's also a meaning. And that's way the work is the deepest. It's shown that. Thank you for so much for watching. I hope the video was really useful. You get some insight. Let me know if you have a chance, some feedback, how you think your perception of your shapes to the world looks like, and I will be really grateful for any kind of feedback. Have an amazing life and a beautiful day.